Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. See ya. Wake up and rise, open your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases, the ultimate prize. Mental Wellness Monday, work it out Wednesday, pay it forward Friday, we'll season the day. Digital finance, harmony of love, serving food for what those two, rising as the beat and it, Eastern on P2G TV. Breakfast with the Thomases, come eat with me.
It is now Monday. Mental Wellness Monday.
Mental Wellness Monday. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Grand Rising.
And we are the Thomases. My name is Ruby Thomas, for those who are new in the spot.
And I'm Alvin Thomas, the Gold Banker, coming to you live 1 gram at a time. And it is a pleasure to be here with you guys on this Mental Wellness Monday. There's a lot of things there's a lot of things that we could drop today. And, you know, my wife was just reminding me about one of the things. But I want to keep this a little bit streamlined, a little bit, because P2G has a education system that's called the DFL. And what we do, we teach people about finances. And I am not opposed to a lot of things that people do on their own, but what I want to talk about today is just a little bit, about the school system, and because there's a lot of things that they don't tell us that we should know. And we're in a position now where we're about to receive a whole transition. And how many of us are truly ready for the transition to occur? How many people are really ready for this transition to occur? Mm-hmm. And the key behind it all is education, what you learned and what you didn't learn, and who was in control of the narrative. You know, that's what I want to share with you today. And we got a pretty decent video, I think, that really, you know, hammers it in. So let's get it started, and then we'll take it from there. I don't remember how to get this thing.
For nearly 15 years of your life. Yet somehow, no one ever teaches you how money actually works. Before we start, if you care about your...
You gotta be kidding me.
Future and want more...
Okay, Mr. Thomas, send me that link. Send me that link so I'll play it for you.
Yeah, I'm about to send it to you right now.
Send me that link, definitely. This is the conversation that most people should not be out of the room for, because you all experienced it. Did you learn what money was about? Did they teach you how money worked when they taught you that you should be getting, that you were to get a job, pay your bills and everything? That you went to school to become something. And pretty much we were taught and sold on the idea of becoming, which is the emotional part, compared to the actual how to interact that part. And so what ends up happening is we don't begin to understand the money. And when you don't understand, you cannot know. And so let's go take a good look at this, okay?
And when you don't understand the money, it's an impact that affects you in the long term. It's not a short-term impact, because you begin to do things on a regular basis. And me included, when I went to school, I learned how to do it the way they told me how to do it. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna jump in here and get back to it. And thank you very much, Rue, for picking that up.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me get a full screen on that. All right, so let's get it going.
In a classroom for nearly 15 years of your life. Mm-hmm. Yet somehow, no one ever teaches you how money actually works. Before we start, if you care about your future and want more honest conversations like this, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because what we're about to uncover is something most people don't realize until it's too late. Think back to school for a moment. You probably learned algebra formulas, historical dates, maybe even the structure of a cell. But no one showed you how credit cards really trap people. No one explained taxes in plain English. No one taught you how interest can quietly build wealth or quietly bury you in debt. And that's strange, isn't it? Because money affects almost every decision you'll make as an adult. Where you live, what job you take, how you raise your kids, even how you sleep at night. So the real question isn't why don't schools teach money? The real question is, why wouldn't they? At first glance, it seems like an oversight. Maybe the system is outdated. Maybe curriculums are slow to change. Maybe teachers just don't have time. Those are the reasons we're told. They sound reasonable, comfortable, harmless. But the deeper you look, the less accidental it feels. Modern education systems in countries like the US, the UK, and Australia were originally designed during the industrial age. Back then, the goal wasn't to create financially independent thinkers. The goal was to create reliable workers, people who could follow instructions, show up on time, and fit neatly into structured systems. Schools were built to prepare students for factories, offices, and hierarchy, not for financial freedom. And even though the world has changed, that structure hasn't changed much at all. Students are still trained to memorize, repeat, and obey deadlines. They're rewarded for correct answers, not for questioning the system itself. They're taught how to pass tests, but not how to pass life's biggest financial decisions. It's not that schools are evil, it's that they were never designed to teach wealth in the first place. Here's something unsettling. If you don't understand money, you become dependent on those who do. Banks, employers, lenders, institutions. When someone doesn't know how interest works, they're easier to sell debt to. When someone doesn't understand investing, they're more likely to work endlessly instead of letting money work for them. Financial ignorance doesn't just happen, it benefits certain systems when it exists. And that's the part no textbook ever spells out. Look at it this way. Imagine two young adults. One graduates knowing how to calculate loan interest, negotiate salary, read a contract, and invest early. The other graduates knowing Shakespeare quotes and geometry proofs, but signs the first loan paper they're handed because they don't understand the fine print. Which one is more likely to struggle for decades? It's not intelligence that decides, it's exposure. Most people assume schools must teach the most important life skills. It feels logical. After all, why wouldn't they prepare students for real life? But education systems don't always evolve at the speed of real life. Money today moves digitally, globally, instantly. Meanwhile, many classrooms still teach from frameworks built generations ago. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. If students were widely taught how money truly works, how compounding grows wealth, how debt traps the unprepared, how financial systems operate, millions of people might start making very different decisions. They might question high-interest loans. They might avoid unnecessary debt. They might invest earlier. They might rely less on traditional employment structures. That kind of awareness doesn't just change individual lives, it shifts entire economies. So instead, most people learn about money the hard way, through mistakes, through stress, through years of trial and error after school is already over. By the time they understand the rules, they've often already paid the price for not knowing them. And here's the twist almost nobody talks about. By the time most adults finally understand money, they're already locked into financial patterns that are hard to escape. Car payments, student loans, credit card balances, mortgages stretched over decades. These commitments aren't just expenses, they're anchors. And once they're set, changing direction feels almost impossible. That's not a coincidence, it's timing. Think about when people usually learn real financial lessons. Not at 16, not at 18, usually at 25, 30, sometimes even 40, after they've signed contracts, accepted debt, and committed to lifestyles they don't fully understand. Financial education often arrives after financial obligation, and when knowledge comes late, its power is limited. But here's where the truth gets even more revealing. Schools do teach discipline, they teach punctuality, they teach obedience to structure. Those traits are valuable, yes, but they also happen to be the exact traits that make someone a perfect employee. Show up on time, complete assigned tasks, Follow instructions, wait for evaluation, repeat. The system rewards compliance far more than curiosity about the system itself. Notice what's missing: negotiation, risk assessment, opportunity recognition, wealth strategy. Those aren't emphasized because they don't fit neatly into standardized tests. You can grade a math equation, you can't easily grade someone's ability to spot a financial opportunity or question a contract. So the system sticks to what's measurable, even if what's measurable isn't what matters most. Now pause and ask yourself something honestly. How many adults around you are financially confident? Not just earning money, but understanding it, knowing where it flows, why it grows, and how to control it. Probably fewer than you'd expect. And that's not because people are lazy or intelligent, it's because most were never shown how. Generations repeat the same cycle. Parents who were never taught money can't fully teach it to their children. Schools assume families will handle it. Families assume schools will handle it. And in that gap of assumption, an entire life skill disappears. But here's the empowering part of the story, the part most people never hear. Once you realize the system didn't teach you money, you stop blaming yourself for not knowing it. And that changes everything. Because the moment you stop thinking, I'm bad with money, and start thinking, I was never taught money, your mindset shifts from shame to curiosity. Curiosity leads to learning. Learning leads to control. And control leads to freedom. Financial literacy isn't some rare talent reserved for economists or investors. It's a skill set. And like any skill, it can be learned step by step, concept by concept. Understanding interest, tracking spending, learning how assets differ from liabilities, discovering how investments grow over time. None of this requires genius-level intelligence. It requires awareness and the willingness to finally look at something most people avoid. The truth is, the education system didn't fail you personally. It simply wasn't built with financial mastery as its mission. Its mission was stability, order, and predictability. Wealth education lives outside that structure, which means the responsibility eventually shifts to you. That might sound heavy, but it's actually powerful, because that means your financial future isn't locked to your past education. It's not decided by what school didn't teach you. It's decided by what you choose to learn next. And here's the irony. The same curiosity that helped you pass exams can help you master money. The same discipline used to finish assignments can build investments. The same persistence that got you through school can get you to financial independence. The difference is awareness. Once you see the gap, you can't unsee it. Once you understand the rules, you start noticing them everywhere in job offers, loan terms, advertisements, even everyday purchases. You begin to realize the world quietly runs on financial logic most people were never shown. And that realization isn't scary, it's liberating. Because now you're no longer playing a game without knowing the rules. You're learning them. And when you learn the rules, you can finally decide how you want to play. If this opened your eyes even a little bit, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more real conversations about money, mindset, and the truths most people discover far too late.
All right, Grand Rising, Grand Rising.
I figured that you must have found that one just for me, because I'm really honest. That is everything I've spent the last 7 years of my life doing to support people in this journey to financial independence. Beyond what you've learned and getting rid of the guilt, the emotional thing that emotional connection to your money that keeps you under the impression you should know this already. That is a lie you tell yourself, and commit to it every time you say, I don't know, I should have known, or I should know this. No, you shouldn't. No one ever taught you. No one ever taught us about money. Your own teachers didn't have the curriculum to learn it for themselves.
They didn't go to school for that.
Where would you get it? We always assume that these young parents know. They don't, oh, they ain't trying. They don't know. They weren't trained. So how would their young children who are wilding out have anything else? So give up on them. Would you give up on you because you were older You give up on yourself because so you just gonna throw it up in the air and go become homeless because you don't understand money. Well,
You
it's
know,
time. I think what people what makes it hard for people out in what I do, we teach digital financial literacy. And I teach online. I have been teaching straight through before and straight through the pandemic. And what he said was magical because it says confidence with money. He didn't say wealth. He didn't say riches. He didn't say money, cash flow. He said confidence with money. That has been the actual foundation of P2G since we started because of just the same thing he also said. We didn't learn till it was later in life. And I keep reminding you guys, I'm a half a century old. It took me a long time to realize. And when I did, this is the fastest my life has ever been, the most peaceful I've ever had, and most confidence with financials that I've ever actually attained. Mr. Thomas.
yeah. But I gotta co-sign that with you because I'm like, look, I'm learning I used to have a conversation for I don't know how it works. I don't want to know how it works. I just want let me share this with you guys. And my wife hated it when I said this to her. I really did. When we first got together, I said to her, I wanted to just give her the paycheck and let her run the money. Because I knew I didn't know how to run money. I knew how to create it. I knew what it was designed to do, but I just didn't want the responsibility for it. My wife sat me down and said, this is not a marriage of a worker and the financial manager. She didn't use those words, but she said, you're going to have to learn how to do this too. And it took me some time and it took me some messing up to figure out some of the things that I didn't know.
You got to make your own mistakes.
And a lot of it was guilt because I was embarrassed the fact that I said I was going to start a family and I didn't know anything about money other than I had to go to work to create it because I grew up in a household where that's what you were told because that's what they were told. And when you begin to take down the personal barriers of not knowing and feeling embarrassed by it, it's a whole different conversation for you around money. Because then you begin to seek, okay, what else is out there? What else can I do? And you don't put it off on somebody else to fix it or do it. But you will I do realize that a lot of times you can no, let me put you this way so it's clear. When you start taking on your finances, you read things a little more differently than you normally do. You don't do the skim for the highlights. You read the whole thing. Because looking at a loan now compared to when I looked at loans before, I look at it very differently. And when you open up your eyes to financial literacy and digital financial literacy, you will begin to look at it different when you look at it from a different position. You know? Go ahead, Roy. Just you look at it from a different position and you feel empowered. You become empowered by it.
So all I was going to say to add to that was, so you learn the difference between a loan being a tool for you and a tool for the bank or the provider. Like he said, you would not sign those high interest loans because you understand how interest works over time. Compared to jumping at the first thing people will give you with the I'll just pay it later. I keep telling I let folks know, I want you to really think when you think of a loan and I don't understand interest. I do this with the tip on the table. I do the same math with the tip on the table.
Facts.
Every time I go out, I consider whether I want to pay somebody's salary at 25% of what I just paid for my food. Y'all don't get it. Y'all give that to the bank on a regular basis, 29 cents on the dollar. But no, that's not how it looks. That's not what it is. Oh, no, Mr. Ruby, you don't understand. You got to get these people. First of all, tipping is a gratuity. conditionally connected to your emotional outcome, emotional outcome that you have for that person because of their service. It is not required. Gratuity means gratitude. It is done of your own volition. You do it because of how you feel grateful. That's connected to feelings. So use your language, please.
Yeah.
I need
And
y'all to realize something. Gratis, it doesn't matter what language it is, it means the same damn thing.
very much so.
When it comes to, you don't want to pay the government, but you'll pay a server at the table. Then you'll pay the bank. And you wonder why you broke? After killing yourself, you have to learn to control the flow outflow. You have to learn. People will cut their expenses. Oh, they'll lessen their lifestyle, but you won't try to build the finances to enhance the lifestyle that you live. You just keep cutting it down to the raw. So there's nothing to cut away. All because you didn't want to take the time to learn about financial literacy, to get that forever skill no one can take away from you. Y'all get that? It's a forever skill. Once you learn how to learn, you can't unlearn that.
No, you cannot.
No one can make you not know or make you not learn. Look, I'm gonna be honest. People are like, "Oh, this is a giant commercial." You damn right. Get your ass to class. I got to stop. I gotta be upfront with people because some folks don't get it. Stop talking shit and start getting busy. Because your life in reality, when you look in the mirror, you look at those bills, you know you're ashamed. So it's time to start shifting shame to literacy, to start becoming the thing you say you want and stop the nonsense. I'm tired of folks come, oh, how much is it? I gave y'all a discount for last year. March 1 hit up here. And I told you 2026 prices were not going anywhere. It is tuition. You pay more money to get in debt and for longer than the people who are learning how to shift their debt, take things off the damn books, and start making the small money they have pay for the stuff of their life that their own jobs can't do. 12 weeks of your time to focus on your money can change your life, but you would rather go, oh, I don't know, I don't have the money. The more you say you don't, the more it's true. You will never have the money as long as it's coming out your mouth that way. You have to realize the only reason you feel that way was because you were always trained to think that way. Well, we train new thinking. We train new pathways, new ways of speaking. You cannot come into my classroom and talk about things in the negative because there's no positive, no negative. We take it all out. No more emotional stuff. I'm not a psychiatrist.
Nope.
I'm not a psychologist. I'm a financial literacy coach. I took the information that I make, mistakes I made, and all the time I learned, and even the technical training that I have, and I've learned how to pull it together effectively for others to be able to learn how to use it in their daily life to build finances. Because guess what went digital? Money.
Absolutely.
Just like the rest of the world. But y'all would rather complain about paying a tuition when you pay more for college and get nothing about money. Oh, but you do get the bill with interest. Oh, and all of y'all have agreed to 29 cents on the dollar.
Very, very easily you've agreed to it. You do it when you pull out the credit card. The first thing, we all may have a credit card. Why is it that we're so quick to swipe our card? Yep. Swipe it with no problem. It's like, okay, yeah, we just swipe it and we'll get you it. Every time we do that swipe, and Ruby, you were sharing about dinner, and I'm like, you're tipping the server
more than you pay in tax,
and the restaurant is taxing you on top of the tip.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't forget, now it comes with fees.
Yeah, and there's surcharges when you go to dinner. This country that we live in, believe in tipping people. But when you go away to other countries, tipping is an insult.
Well,
why is that?
There's a
Why
reason.
is that it's an insult? You know, you're performing a service at a job that you get paid for. And why is it that we need what is it that we need? Why are we emotionally connected to giving a tip to someone who just served us when they're just doing their job?
Okay, so I'm going to share a little. Let's share a little something. Things have changed in that industry. In the food industry, people who did wait tables got a base pay that was extremely low because of the expectation of tips. So the gratuity was something that they could earn to make up the difference. Giving the business owner, and I don't think people know this, but the business owner figured if it was done that way, they would get the best performance out of their staff. Think about it. When people get tips, they do their best job. Customer service is at a higher level. Now, I want you guys to realize things have changed over time.
Yes, it has.
I did not notice about the industry. They have to get paid to work there, and I mean paid significantly to live. They actually have to get a paid wage.
A fair wage is what it's called. Yeah.
Well, it's considered minimum wage, whatever's okay by the government. Tips are being, and if your tips are taxed, you get what I'm saying, as overage. There was an inconsistency for too long. So governments around the United States changed it. Now, when you go to other countries, it is considered an insult because they pay their people sufficiently. They pay them a living wage. So if you're tipping their people, it's almost like they don't have a good working business. It's an insult to the company.
Yep.
Because they pay their people well to do their job, and they don't let your tipping be the determination of the customer service.
Of the quality they receive.
You know the difference when you're looking at other cultures. It's not the same. We don't live over there. But you want to hear something? We don't learn where these things come from. Why do we have tips? What does gratuity mean? What is gratis? We don't speak in language. We think we know. So we just keep saying stuff and keep doing things that we think we know. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. The education system did not prepare us for it. And what we did get is actually counterproductive to being not only free, stable, and even sane, even confident, even comfortable in your own mind that you can make it through a day because you never were told what to do with finances. You're still sitting here playing with money, don't understand that how the system that you grew up with actually works and is changing. So it's time to stop being at the effect of that, and it's time to start taking advantage of education. You have a lot. So I tell people all the time, the stuff that we teach in digital financial literacy on P2G, you can find it all over the web. You can go through YouTube University and find it everywhere. You're not going to get my classes on YouTube or Facebook, but you're going to get everything that you'll learn in my class. You'll be able to research every concept. The only problem is I spent the difference between me and you. No one accelerated my learning process. That didn't come until about 4 or 5 years after I had spent some time tripping through the woods and charting a path that people could follow. And I created a curriculum that folks could follow in the learning, because I even learned something about my learning ability. I didn't know what the hell I was doing because I kept thinking I should know this. Anybody ever been there?
Yep. Been
like
here.
And you should know this, and it's just disturbing you, and you stay in that little ball of I should know this, and you don't actually ask no questions for a while. You put everything else on the agenda and go, I'm busy, I'm too busy. I got this, I got to do this first. I know myself. And I know there's people who do know themselves and they're quite active, and I mean productive, because they do things one thing at a time and it works for them. But most people don't work that way. They're just backburnering the process. They're putting it in the shame pile and living through the shame pile. It's time to start shifting your information so that way you can shift your application and your lifestyle. What we teach is very comprehensive, easy to learn. You know what the problem is? You. And it was not you, but the you that is you. Y'all get that?
Mm.
The you that gets in your way, that voice in the back of your head, the one that say, I don't have any money. Oh, Miss Ruby, why I can't save. I don't hardly have money to pay my bills. That's why you don't have any, that because you don't save, you don't have bill money. Because your bills are the future and you never save for it. Does that make sense to anybody? Give me an amen or a hallelujah, or raise a hand or put a star up if that makes sense.
I can't do that. I'm in the room with you.
Everybody don't seem to realize your savings is your future, but it's not regular savings. And when we come introduce you to it, we're not telling you to do the same mistakes. I've saved. Anybody got, anybody who bought our book when we were promoting the book for the podcast babes, will read my story and understand I saved a whole year. And I learned the system was rigged. I learned that I've been following the wrong system. I've been following a system that was set up for someone else, not me. Y'all like to play the banks? The banks are playing you. They're not your friend.
No.
They're a tool. And the banks know that. That's why they smile. It's called customer service. That's how they get their business. You wouldn't go in, I wouldn't open a restaurant and have everybody mean mugging all day.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, okay, don't smile, and tell my staff, don't smile at nobody. They need us. They want our.
You know, funny what you say that, but banks have changed their operating system a lot too.
Oh,
there's no more behind the glass.
Who changed the operating system?
A lot of banks have changed up. There's no more behind the glass. You up front when you now. At least I've been to a couple banks. They are up front waiting for you to come in the door to lead you to a banker, to lead you to a teller.
Oh yeah.
So you can actually put your funds in the bank. They no longer are you.
I've been doing business in Chinatown. My bank is downtown too. It's in Chinatown, and when you walk into the Chinatown bank, they make you feel. Everybody feel like a most important customer. Hello, miss. How can I help you? What would you like to do? In my language, in English. No assumption. In English. I got to learn. I'm gonna try to learn Mandarin, but I'm just saying.
It's a whole different. The playing field is different because they know that it's going digital, and they're just banks are now just a pass through, and they need to keep you coming through so they can stay in the pulse or the connection of the people, thinking that you're coming to them because they know the answers. When they're in the same position that you're in, because they're no longer in control of the finances. They're just a pass.
Let's just put it this way. I don't want to ever make people believe that that's not the case. They are. Your banks will always be the node that's required in order for a digital system to exist. Y'all don't seem to get it. You can say what you want, but they're never going to be the node. It's like you're never going to walk in, at least in this particular century. You're never going to walk in and have no human presence. We have a while off before that happens. There are some banks that do have only the ATM is the only thing, and you have like a automated teller through it.
Automated kiosk and all that stuff.
No, not just automated kiosk, but there's also a teller there that's actually on a screen. And I don't think people realize that this is the world we live in. Stop fighting. Oh, I don't want to. I don't embrace this. Do me a favor. Shut up and get what you came for. Because that past stuff ain't getting you what you came for. And people go, oh, how's she gonna tell me? I'm just telling you this because that's the case.
That's what it is.
We just had a discussion with a friend of mine. Remember Cornell was talking about how he was like, I'm trying to figure out the blah, 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 blah. And then I realized he said he took a nap because it got to his head. And he said, why don't I just try it the way it works? Because something he had worked on for a long time got shifted by the programmer, the company he was using online. And this is our brain.
Yep.
This is you guys sitting in a big circle of how it used to be, why it got to be this way. I don't like it. And you can't get to what the hell you came for. And you wondering, days going by, no productivity, You're broken than you ever been. But because your feelings are hurt, you'll starve. Pride goes before the fall. That is what it looks like.
All the time.
That is exactly what it looks like. You must humble yourself to the day and the movement of the world around you so that you can master it, master life. You want to go connect with nature? No problem. Don't expect to think that technology, mankind won't start showing up in your neighborhood too.
And look, I used to make jokes going up, like, and people would talk about how the tree line is coming, the animals are coming closer to the tree line. And it didn't really dawn on me that when you start cutting down the back end, where else are you gonna go but forward?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna keep it 100% simple with you. The way things are going, the back doors are being closed out, and you have no choice but to move forward.
That's right.
You have no choice but to move forward. So embrace the forward.
Right.
Take advantage of the forward.
All right. So, Brother Black Casper, I would normally put you in, but there's a lot of stuff. I'm a little concerned about your search. So we have multiple platforms, and people respond, and we usually play the bubbles. Just got to check in with my brother. Text me, bro. Text me if you want me to play those. Those a little look. You might need a little support. So reach out. We don't gloss over folks. I just can't play that many messages that seem like I got the written and they seem like they're off dialogue. So sounds like you need to talk. I'll be more than happy to right after. I got your back. All right. But the fact is I love you guys. Grand Rising, Miss Hilda, Shelby Nicole, Brother Black Casper up in the house. That's the warrior. You know what I'm saying? We got folks that are on multiple platforms. We thank you so much for joining us. This conversation is not just me and Al talking. Remember, it's about life. We all living here together. It's time to unbox. I have been telling people we got to stop. We got to realize it's time to stop. We got new boxes. They got points that connect us to each other, or it have ones that can actually keep us separate. You have to choose where on this line you want to be. You can ask questions. We can actually get together. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the New York area, I'm so looking forward to having the P2G. We're trying to do a monthly get together where we're building with people that we can know. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in the New York area, don't worry because we meet online every week. It's a free setup for you to come in, have a conversation. A lot of my friends are big at marketing what they do. They're great. You know what the problem is? Most of those people market, they get people in for a minute and they don't know them. So that it's what they like to teach them is not effective. It's not that they're doing anything wrong. It's that they're skipping the part that is people.
The connection.
The connected community. My question is do you have the resource and people to get to what you want in life? Some of y'all are dealing with some things that are in your way. It's time to start removing doubts and start moving into curiosity of life. I love it when they said when we were kids, we were the most curious. We had a tenacity for learning. We asked questions. We questioned everything. Even in a time when I was born in a time when children are supposed to be seen, not heard. Seems like my family didn't seem to observe that.
That was a real statement.
All the time. I asked questions all the time and I never stopped. I went to school and annoyed the teachers. The students, I annoyed my class students. Why? Because I always ask the question, why, professor? Why? Teacher, why?
You were that student that made people stay.
Like, shut up, we're trying to get out.
Yep, you were that student.
Well, that's why my curiosity is now, why does the financial system work against me? I'm doing everything. I'm saving money. I'm paying my bills. I'm even paying in advance. I don't like I think that your rent needs to be paid in advance enough so that you don't have to worry if something happens to your life for at least a couple months. Yeah. Always believe that about your rent. You should never be just running up against your rent. You should always be ahead of the game. You know why? Because the game ain't going to slow down and it definitely is not offering you any guarantees. Does that make sense? Someone said they don't believe that life is a game. I believe that it's the ultimate game. We have to realize you are the head player, the MVP in your life. You're the most valuable player on your team. But have you shown others who are playing the game that you're ready to play too? You got to start choosing the information, the people, how you speak, and who you expose yourself to. I don't have time for naysayers. I don't have time for people who gossip, because that has not. I tell people, ain't no money in there.
Don't
But
say me.
sent me a page. She sent me a paper. I think I'm gonna repost it. It says, "Get out your feelings. Ain't no money in there." That is the roughest, the most raw truth I've ever heard. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm maybe coughing in here.
No, it's okay. Catch your breath. Catch your breath. I gotta say that, in your feelings, and your feelings and your money don't have the same household. They do not share the same household, nor do they. But your feelings will affect your bottom line if you let them run it.
And most of us don't know the difference. The first thing, she don't know what she's talking about. I ain't in my feelings. I ain't got no feelings. Yeah, yeah, that would be it. That right there. That's right. You know
that
what?
statement alone is your feelings.
You know what humility looks like? It looks like this. Nothing. You say absolutely nothing. You listen more than you speak. And then you come back with a relevant question. And then you listen again for the answer. And you improve. You begin to take steps. You do the action because it is something other than what you've consistently gotten in your life. That is all we teach people in 12 weeks. We teach you to listen, to read thoroughly, how to use the resources that you have available to you to clarify for yourself. Because we don't, most people don't know how to use Google, and it's sad because we've moved into AI. Most people don't efficiently know how to use actually use Google. And I'm not talking about seniors. I'm talking about kids to find things that they need. They'll go put into Google or whatever it is, but they're pulling out junk. They don't know how to break down concepts into the next level concept.
Basic research.
Yeah. Because we've never taught them.
And they don't. Yeah, they have no idea what they're looking for.
Once you teach the parents, you got the kids. See what I'm saying? And
say that again, please.
Once you teach the parents, you got the kids.
Okay.
See, because they take it home. Who feeds the kid? Who feeds the family?
You do. The adults.
The parents feed the family. Everything. You feed them good behavior. You feed them good behavior, good character, good morals, poor character, poor morals. Everything you give them everything they came from you.
Yes, indeed.
You enhance those things for yourself. You've actually started that process. Your whole household gets it. You don't have to force them at that point, because you're reinforced by the activities. Like, why she always got and I don't? Well, I'm not giving you mine. You want this? You want to sit your tail down? I'll show you how to do it. I tell my parents, all the parents that join us, I wish my kids and I want my babies. And I said, stop right now. You don't want them nothing. What you want for them is to want it for themselves. You want them to miss you, okay? Because you're busy living your life. You want them to struggle. We want to stop saving our youth from the things that gave you the character of who you are. And all my older parents who think it's too late, nah, boo-boo, install right now. Enforce right now.
Transition is in play.
You got a kid living off of you, lock it down, new rules. Your problem is your pity. Your pity turned them into pitiful beings. And you're continuing enforcing that. That's not who they are. You don't even know who they are because your care is taking over their personality. So it's time to come in. I have a lot of parents. It's so weird that I'm looking at this whole movement. I've become very aware of this movement about what do they call that? Estranged, a child and parent estrangement. Sweetie, let me tell you something. I used to have that with my mother for about a year. You know where that came from? It came from entitlement. It came from me thinking I'm grown. She don't understand me. I do what I want. It also came from me thinking I had gone through something. I didn't go through all I could have gone through because my mother took, even though my mother instilled a lot of really strong morals and activities in me. I had not been aware of them until I was away from her. What I got from her. Leave them kids alone. They're not children, they're adults. Give them the world. Let them experience life. That is not only humbling, but it allows for their curiosities, that whatever's going to be to happen. Too many parents are holding back. They're actually arresting the development of their own child. Because
that's called the cuddle complex.
It is.
The cuddle complex. You know, we all.
The fact of the matter is, it's dangerous.
It
Nowadays, they can't afford that. Y'all realize that? It's so funny because I'm starting to realize that more families are becoming aware of the fact that they actually need their older children to come in. Y'all, we need families to come back together to actually have support systems. Only when you get back there, y'all are still living like strangers instead of building. Instead of pulling things together and building a plan that everyone gets, you come back to live together to pay the bare bills and live separate. You are family. You are an actual business entity with the same name. Grow it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go, oh, this is mine. That's theirs. And no, boo-boo. Too many people think that when you pay rent, oh, that's a contribution. That's not a contribution, honey. You know what a contribution is? Your savings in the trust, in the family trust, building on assets. Y'all get that? It's not the rent money to keep you in the place. It's you're building the savings. You get that? I hope that y'all realize it's a system.
It's the whole thing in a nutshell, really. You know, this week I've been listening to a lot of conversation around and how the Jews run things, how the Jews work.
Yeah, these are cultures that actually
they're very much different. They have an understanding of
they
have an understanding of money because their money is generational.
Mm-hmm.
The money is generational because there's a process, and I don't remember the name of the rabbi who said it, but he said, in no uncertain terms, we'd much rather buy a Toyota and invest in a property than buy a Lexus or a BMW.
Mm-hmm.
So we look like we're wealthy. It's better that we look poor and be wealthy.
Wait. Poor people do their best. They break their necks to look wealthy. Wealthy people break their necks to make themselves look as poor as they can. Y'all get how their wealth is maintained yet? It ain't maintained by that Fendi bag. It ain't maintained by that Prada. It's maintained by looking by them broke up jeans, them loafers, that hoodie, and that $1 billion bank account. Y'all get that? While you out here dipped in all kind of Gucci, you got all of this,
all these names on your back.
They got you looking good at your expense to run their $1 billion empire. When they walk in the building, security might not even let them in.
Oh, that is so true. That is so true.
Y'all get that? A real boss may have only a few suits and pieces in their closet. They're not trying to trip out a new outfit every week. Why? Because their money makes them money. Their money pays for their lifestyle. They know what to own and what to rent. They know you know what I'm saying? They know what to own and what to lease because they don't live by rent. They know exactly where to install finances. If they're going to use cash, they know how to use cash. They're never going to spend their own cash. But we teach people this process in small increments to build up to this process and shift your mindset to understand how that works. It's up to you to want to be in the class and in the activity of it. And we invite you all to come in. If you'd like to have more of a conversation around this, come to a Wednesday night.
Yes.
I've invited a lot of people. I've invited a lot of people to come on Wednesday night, and the link is right there. It's free. You can't miss it. We got 2 links. One is membership, and one is the community one. Click the link. Get the Get the Zoom link. Sign up. I'll see if you. It comes to my phone when y'all register. We'll see who's coming to have a real conversation about what's going down out here and what the opportunities to shift not only your mindset, but where can you do this? What do I do if I don't go to a bank? What are you talking about? Ask questions. Ask me all the questions you want. Ask Mr. Thomas all the questions you want, because all there is proof. I just got to prove this is what it's happening. Let me show you how to get to that. Our program with our tuition, that has to do with this year. That has to do with the consistent learning process. You want to put it into action. You want to learn all of the things that you need to know, from vocabulary to interacting platforms, how to research. Also, you need cyber safety. So you're coming in. That's what 12 weeks does. I'm not fooling with folks right now. Our platform comes fully, a lot of people out here creating apps and everything. They're actually dumbing down our community from being capable of doing stuff. Every time you get a new app that does something for you, you don't learn how it works.
Nope, you let the app do it for you.
So if you don't have electricity, you can't function.
You in trouble.
And we got to stop doing that. We got to stop being so dependent on these things for every little thing. I use AI, but I use the kind of AI that requires me to know what I want it to do to get the outcome.
You got to have a thought process in play.
Y'all get that? You use the AI that does all the research, and when you get back to having to present it, you're just a big old parrot. You're a puppet reciting the lines you learned. You can't even have a conversation
because you don't understand where they got the lines from.
Yeah, you don't get the concepts. We are teaching people how to be effective. We're actively teaching effective interaction with financial literacy in this digital space. You want to learn about profits and DeFi and how to make money and how this crypto is supposed to make you money, not be waiting for it to go up and down. You want to learn what that actually means, the name of that, so you can interact at a higher level with folks that have a lot high. I want you to have the foundation. I created this program so you could get what I had to develop over time. I also want you to realize that there's some people who are not good at that, and they don't have time for you. They have other things in life going on. This is my mission. This is our ministry. It's what we do. P2G Networks is building its ministry in digital financial literacy for the people. And we're letting you know, you need someone who will take time with you and a community to connect to grow with. So come join us. We'll see you on Wednesday night. I'm not going to sit here and beg y'all to come. I told you it's available. The website is right down there. Hold on a second. Let me get that to you. It's right there. Down there, P2G Network. Some of y'all have a link up top, and the link is right on the front page.
Yep.
Just do yourself a favor. Scroll down so you can see the flyers. Because right now, our old website, I love it. We are rebuilding the university, so all you have to do is log in.
Click and go.
The way available for free.
Before we get too close to the close, I gotta reach out and shout out my sister, Miss Stacy Smith. Happy birthday to you! This is a real day.
Today's her birthday.
Today's Stacy's birthday. Happy birthday, sis!
Happy birthday! Hey!
Congratulations to you, lady.
Love it, love it. So make sure we gotta,
I gotta blow up her phone later.
Yeah.
But back to being on topic.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there. Scroll down, go in, pick up a Wednesday, say hello, and come in with the questions you got.
It's a Zoom link, and if you can't reach us, if you can't get it through that, just text the bot on my page. I have a bot.
Yeah.
It says you need help. It'd be a pain in the butt sometimes because it does it to me all the time. But you know what? I would rather you see that bot and say, yeah, I need to reach out to Miss Ruby. I got you.
The bot isn't in.
All right. And I wanted to make sure we share with you. You know that Work It Out Wednesday is every Wednesday. We have a guest on. We have a beautiful guest this one. Y'all know my sister Wanda. That's what's up. It's her turn. We're gonna get Miss Wanda out here to share about what she's been up to for the last few. She was on Black Girls in Web 3. She's been part of P2G for a long time. She's taught on our platform. She's taught Canva basics, which I'm loving. We've incorporated that in the platform for our for when we're creating digital assets, because we're actually teaching folks how to create world assets through NFTs. It's really fun. But she taught that platform, was able to connect it to our platform, and I'm really excited for her to share where she's gone and the things she's up to in the world. So be there on Wednesday morning. Y'all make it to Wednesday morning to
Yes indeed.
That 8 o'clock is gonna be fire. I ain't kidding you. We had a ball.
I don't think it's gonna be fire. I think it's gonna be a flame up. It's gonna flame up.
All right. And if you got any questions, I want you guys to drop them. Let us know. Brother Black Castle, I'll play the first one, but like I said, a little concerned about the condition, so I'll be reaching out directly.
Hey, Mr. Thomas.
There you go. Can y'all hear?
Monday. Hope you're having a great, wonderful Monday. You made it. A lot of people didn't make it. It's been a great, wonderful weekend. On the mission.
That's what he did. Casper, you had me out here worried about you, bro. Okay, so when you're on stereo, all of this can be seen. It types what it hears. And I got the lyrics to this song, apparently. He's been sending me music. I love it. Thank you, by the way. I love it. Yes. Go ahead, brother.
I love that. I love that. That was powerful.
Thank you so much. That has been that's a treat. That is a treat.
Thank you, Brother Casper.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because I'm like, I didn't understand the messages coming through, and I was like, I think I gotta call my brother, because he sound like he going through it. And I got all of those. Those are the lyrics to the last like 7. And he doesn't normally send that many messages. See, we pay attention to people on our platform. Y'all are family. That's how we do. When y'all here, we family. When y'all in class, we family. When we come together, we family. And when I say family, I'm talking about the kind that you were never born into, but the kind that God put on earth and he told you would find. The connection that you've been looking for, that is not the same, and somebody's gonna hold you accountable at your highest level without putting you down. You hear where I'm coming from? I'm gonna hold you to your highest level, and I expect the same from you. Let me know, Miss Ruby, you slipping. What's going on? This ain't you. See, when somebody will hold you accountable, even though you can come out of a bag on them and they'll stand there strong, guess what? You got somebody. And I hate to tell you this, that's who I am all the time. Ask anybody who's met me. You look, Mr. Thomas, no, I don't square words with people in any way. I love you, but I'm not here to waste your time. We don't have that luxury. Money is a thing that comes and goes, but time is something you can't get back. So we waste none of it. And we want to see you do the best with what you have. And I want to let you know it's Mental Wellness Monday, because we want to see that you guys understand the one thing and the fact of the matter is it's already all right. And don't you ever forget that. No matter what you're going through, know that it's already all right. It's already, just because you hear me say this, it's already all right. It's starting to shift. Know that that's the reality. You came here, you got the message that was set down for you. Whatever you got here came for you in the right time, in the right place. And can't nobody take that away throughout your whole day but you. And since you ain't harming you, You better hold on that it's already all right. Ain't a damn thing wrong. It's whatever you say. Mr. Thomas, you do know you're muted. Just so you know, just so that you know. It's all right. I see you over this mouth like you think you're talking, y'all. Family.
That little piece is just church right there. That little piece right there is just church.
We got to remember that. I used to wake up early before this, and people go, well, it's money. No, really, to be honest, knowing that you got control, that God is in control, provider of all things you have, but you were given a job, a responsibility over the things you ask him for. And the minute you decide to take action, a different action on it, you immediately find calm. Immediately. He's going, you're a creator, I don't care, he, she, it, whatever you want to call, has a plan, expectation, and you already got everything you asked for. The question is what are you gonna do about your part?
Mm-hmm.
Playing it. Stop trying to be this ain't Santa Claus. It's a response to.
Nobody's coming down your chimney.
Put it forward to get it back. And I want y'all to realize, just ask and say thank you. We got to stop begging on our knees. I was like, we in a church wondering, y'all come back every week for the same thing? Honey, you better go through your week. I think God already gave it to you. You just overlooking it. You overlooked it because you got expectations. You think it's supposed to hook like with you? Yeah. I'll find out. I'm gonna get that title. I absolutely love that song too. But Black Casper, can you do me a favor in the back chat? Can you drop me the name of the song that you played that was playing? Because I have folks here that love that song, and I would love to find out. And Miss Hilda's in the audience with you as well. Check out your sister Hilda. She's here with you. I'm just letting y'all know right now. You got family in the house. Reach out. I know I won't think it's weird. Just let me know you've been on Breakfast with the Thomases and you're interested in connecting to the community.
Yep.
You know what's weird? Don't stalk me.
No,
don't stalk me because a sister will stalk your behind back. I find out. Told you I teach technology. Shoot, I teach technology. This ain't but a thing for me. But I let you know now. Reach out. We'll reach back. But don't expect me to do the work for you.
Nope.
I had to do the work. I had to find my walk by moving. And now it's time for you to do the same. We're just going to let you know we're here. We see you.
Absolutely.
We're going to be right there. When it gets hard, we're going to be here for the ear. We're not going to be here to say okay to your nonsense. We're going to be speaking your possibilities. We're going to be speaking what you can have and what you can create because there's nothing outside your grasp. I love you guys. It is time for me to get started. The day has begun. I'm about to get a phone call from my students. They're on this challenge and they, for some odd reason, they got excited about this money challenge. They ain't showing up on time. And I'm running behind them trying to keep up my part of the program.
We got you.
So I will see you soon.
I'm coming for you.
Oh, Lord. Have a great day. Y'all don't forget, grab a cup of tea or coffee if that's your thing and get calm, or water. Some of y'all water with a good squeeze of lemon. I'm talking about little lemons, okay? And take a moment. Start your day. First person starts with your day is you. Make sure you're all there. And then you can have anything you want. Got it?
Got it.
With that, I love you all. Peace and love. See you on Wednesday.
Ooh. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. See you. Wake up and rise, open your eyes. It's Breakfast with the Thomases, the ultimate prize. Mental Wellness Monday.